Hello and welcome to your number one news source for all that nerd-ish on Pornhub and everywhere else you can find podcasts. The Creatia Conversation. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasts, and the Word Matt Ritter, and I'm here with my co-host this morning. Hi, Vince.
What's happening? What's up, Matt?
Danny Delgado, Pornhub Poppy, Salt and Spitter Swallow.
Yeah, all those things.
My friend.
Yeah.
Both Vince and I are battling a little bit of I don't know if it's my allergies or what it is. Vince thinks he's got a cold, so
No, I know I have a cold because over the weekend it started with like acid reflux. Then I got a cough. Then yesterday I felt like I had beaten this cough. And then this morning I woke up congested. So
you sure it's not the vid?
Well, it's a good thing that we're doing this remotely and I don't expose you to it.
Yeah, I mean, unless we both have it, and then there's that.
I mean,
you never know what's going around now.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the vid, that means we can just like quarantine together, and then we can do live podcasts at the same time. So there's always positives to look at things, you know.
Are you gonna make me tacos while we quarantine together?
I mean, if we buy the meat prior to that, if either Melissa or Kate gets us the ingredients, we can do that.
I got taco seasoning and 2 pounds of ground beef sitting in my freezer right now.
I feel like I have to do the shopping for the tacos.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Bagley. Like I said, I'm pretty sure my eyes are itchy and everything. I'm pretty sure it's my allergies.
Yeah.
Vince, you been watching anything? You've been playing anything?
Yeah, I watched Monday Night Raw live in Chicago last night. It was a pretty fun show. Aside from that, I'm almost finished with Justice League Unlimited. I have 4 episodes left. I think we're at the point with Justice League Unlimited where we got through all the fun topics to talk about, either allergies or dying. I'm hoping for that at this point, a slow, painful one. But no, Justice League Unlimited, we're almost wrapping that up. I have to go back and watch some House episodes because Melissa got so into it. She does what she usually does and starts watching episodes without me. And now expects me to
baby.
Now she expects me to be like, oh, like I didn't watch that many. It's fine. You already knew what happened to the series. You already watched it. I'm like, yeah, but we're watching this together. I'm trying to rewatch, relive, re-experience these episodes. So now I got to go back and watch those episodes before we continue.
I would have sympathy for you if it's something you hadn't already seen before, but seeing as you've already watched the entire
She's done
series,
it with stuff I haven't watched before too.
And there I have sympathy for you. This one I do not. I told you I finally got on the final season of Better Call Saul, and I am personally not enjoying the second half of the 6th season. Everything in black and white just doesn't do it for me. The future stuff.
Have you gotten to the final episode yet?
I have. I think I'm maybe like halfway or 3/4 through it, but I wasn't feeling it. I haven't even finished it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to.
I say finish it just because it wraps a nice little neat bow on the story of Breaking Bad. Because at this point, Better Call Saul is done.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I was watching that with Melissa as well. The Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul were those shows that she got into as well, especially Better Call Saul. But once, I think you were saying like once Lalo died, I think that's when shit went downhill for me. Because they killed off, spoiler, but Better Call Saul has been finished for a while now. But they killed off Nacho. They killed off Howard. Then they killed off Lalo. And then now you're like, well, there's no opposition. There's no threats for Gus. And then we're just there going about business as usual. Then it's mostly just wrapping up the Gene timeline. And I feel like they could have finished Better Call Saul earlier than they wanted to. But I think they had to, like, in their mind, tell the story of how Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman, Gene Takovich breaks bad again and gets himself caught. Because he was perfectly good, and then he gets himself caught.
Oh, thanks for the spoiler for the episode that I didn't finish.
I thought you watched the final episode.
I said I'm like halfway through. I haven't finished.
Well, he gets caught in the first 5 minutes.
Then maybe I'm not on the final episode. Maybe I'm on the second to last one. I'm on the one where his ex-wife shows up with like dark hair. So maybe that's the second to last episode. But anyway,
second to last.
I wasn't sure I was going to finish it anyway, but I don't care about Gene. I don't give two shits about Gene. All the Gene stuff is inconsequential to me. I didn't need it.
I think the ones that I really didn't like is when he's training the taxi guy into how to steal some stuff. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this. Fast forward to what happens to the rest of this man's life.
Yeah, no, I'm not about the Gene shit.
So, I mean, if it's any consolation, the final episode, it's not really him being as Gene. It's really him reverting back to Saul. And you get kind of like what they did with Jesse Pinkman and El Camino. I don't know if you watched El Camino or not. But just how they wrapped up his story neatly in the bow. They're going to do that in Better Call Saul. And they're going to like wrap his story, which is fine. The final episode is decent, but like this final 6th season was not the best. Not the best.
I got caught up on Teen Titans or Titans on HBO Max. Well, Titans. The episode with Beast Boy, where there was a bunch of cameos in that episode, so that was kind of cool, including Beast Boy from Teen Titans Go showed up. So
no way.
Yes.
No way. How they make it work? That's an animation. That's live action. How they do it?
You're gonna have to watch and find out.
I don't want to.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I don't want to. You can fine. Spoil it to me in the chat after this.
Yeah, Titans is actually really good. But
maybe I'll watch it.
Let's get into some newsy time.
I can't sing it today. Not that I could ever.
Of Titans, yeah, whatever the newest season is, that's where I'm at. I'm all caught up. Vaguely.
Yeah. It's newsy time.
Newsy time.
See, you don't sound congested. You don't sound sick at all, man.
Yeah, but I've also taken allergy medicine and
so have I.
My nose and all sorts of shit. IGN. Adam Bankhurst. Vince brought us this. We got a Street Fighter 6 demo announced alongside Year 1 DLC fighters and single-player world tour details. So the Street Fighter 6 showcase has not only revealed that a demo for the latest entry in the legendary fighting franchise is available on PS5 and PS4 and soon on other platforms, but also announced who the one-year DLC fighters will be alongside new details for the single-player world tour mode. So let's start with the demo, which let players check out a bit of the world tour mode and certain modes in Fighting Ground. Furthermore, players will be able to use an extensive avatar creator to build their very own fighter that can be imported into the full game when it is released June 2nd, 2023. Progress in World Tour mode, however, will not carry over. The demo is available right now for PS5 and PS4, and it will arrive on Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam tomorrow, April 26th. Street Fighter 6 gets 4 DLC fighters in Year 1. So Street Fighter 6 is meant to be a platform that will keep fighting fans coming back for years to come. To help with that mission, Capcom will be releasing new fighters to keep things fresh and exciting. In the first year, Street Fighter V's Rashid will kick things off in summer 2023. Newcomer AKI will be the second fighter in autumn of 2023. Street Fighter 4 and 5's Ed will be the third in winter 2024. And Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo's Akuma will finish Year 1 in spring of 2024. So I'm thinking they meant winter of 2023 because they did summer, autumn, and then it's winter 2023, spring 2024.
Maybe.
Well, it's always exciting to have new fighters join the roster. These fighters will also be added to the World Tour mode so players can interact with them and learn more about their history and incorporate their moves into their own avatar. And then we got a little trailer here, Vince, with the reveal of the characters in case anyone's
Let's watch that.
Not familiar with who these people are.
I'm not familiar with most characters just because Street Fighter is not the fighting game that I gravitated to. It was always Mortal Kombat for me.
We started our design company while we were still
not. Yeah, skip the ads there, sir.
That motivated us.
Yeah, no.
Chase
also,
for
it's
Business
not
was
letting me
by
blow it
your
up for some
side
reason,
to build
but we'll
along
see.
with us.
Okay.
This to credit cards, all in one place. Plus, they're right around.
And it's not letting you skip either.
There's so much is great.
Hey everyone, I'm Shuhei Matsumoto.
Where's the audio?
Street Fighter 6.
I hear it.
Audio?
Yeah,
I'd
I
like
have
to walk
audio.
everyone through what
Oh,
our
I
plans
don't.
are for
Cool.
Street Fighter 6 once the game releases on June 2nd. A big part of Street Fighter's charm is the cast of characters
Well,
from
we're
around
getting
the
set for
world that
Chase.
appear in each game. We believe that Street Fighter is where players can take control of unique characters with their own awesome fighting styles. For the players, and for us as well, the appeal of the characters
Is he
themselves
Honda?
is the most important element of the series. With Street Fighter 6, we're continuing development to deliver new characters to you
Okay, so this is a
every
white
year.
man
Today,
voicing over
I'd like to introduce the 4
an
fighters for Year
Asian
1.
man because he's speaking in his language. I thought it was just a video, like, unsynced. Rashid, okay. Aki?
AKI, there were dots in there.
Ed? That was easy. Akuma.
Year 1 will see the introduction of new characters Rashid, Aki, Ed,
Commercial
and
slam, I'm
Akuma.
pretty sure. Fuck you, Bakley.
Rashid joins the fight in summer 2023, Aki in autumn 2023, Ed in the winter after the new year, and Akuma in spring 2024. These new Year 1 characters will appear in World Tour as well, so you can enjoy delving into their lore. In Battle Hub, we're planning various events and a store to obtain special collaboration items. We can't
The
wait
create
to show
your
you
own
what we
avatar
have
thing is
planned.
kind of cool, though. I'll give
For
him
the
that.
2023
I
season
thought
of
it
Capcom
was,
Pro
like,
Tour,
create your own
Street Fighter
fighter.
6 will be the main game. To commemorate the release of the new game, the Capcom Cup 2023 champion will receive a special $1 million prize package. And the total prize
$1
for
million.
Capcom Pro Tour 2023 will be over $2
It's those people
million.
that, like, no life it. They get
Both
these
modern
prizes.
and classic control types will be allowed in the tournament.
Well,
We hope
I'm glad
you're
you brought
all
that up,
excited
Vince.
for a new season of Capcom Pro Tour.
You know why?
Street Fighter 6 is
I think I know
available for
why,
pre-order
because
now.
they probably have help in order to no life it.
And in addition to the regular version, we're also
Or if you wanna
offering
know
other
like that, you need
editions
help.
that include the Year
Yeah,
1
got
characters
something
and
for you.
content.
I'm going to stop that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to stay up and you want to grind out Street Fighter 6 so that you can enter the World Tour and possibly win $1 million or part of the $2 million prize pool total, Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. They also have no maltodextrin fillers. They don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. The product is made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. W has handpicked what they believe to be the 10 most critical ingredients for focus and concentration. W contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. W uses Neurofactor, patented all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives W its laser-focused and fast reflex effect, making it especially perfect for gamers and will definitely help out hitting those combos in Street Fighter 6. They disclose full ingredient amounts, and the products will never contain artificial fillers or dyes, colors. W is also sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and keto-friendly. So go to w.creatiaworld.com and use code Creatia to receive 10% off your order today. Again, that is w.creatiaworld.com and use code Creatia. Vince, if they need that link, where can they find it?
Oh, they can find it right below in the description underneath the video.
Breaking news from Chase Bank.
I can't stand Will sometimes. Okay, so going back to Street Fighter 6, right? I remember when Street Fighter 5 came out, and I initially just tested out the game because I was working at GameStop at the time, and with GameStop, this is where like some of their shady practices come into play. So you know how they always have like game cases on display for new games? Well, what they do is they get a shipment of new games and they need to display them. Yes.
Hold on, Vince. I lost you for a second. There we go.
Okay. I'm
back.
Okay, cool. So like I was saying.
No, I lost my headphones disconnected. It was on my end, not you.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. I was wondering what was happening there. Okay. So essentially what GameStop likes to do is, let's say they get a shipment of 50 games, brand new games. Let's say it's Street Fighter 6. They need to display Street Fighter 6. So what they do is grab one of the new copies, cut the plastic seal open, take out the game disc, and put it in the sleeve, and put that in like one of their drawers, and put the game on display with like a sticker that says new and the price. And what you may not know is that they let employees test out games and test out like used games is no issues, right? Because the game case is already open, there's no problem. But they let those I don't know if you've ever gotten sold those new games that are already open, but they're like, no, they're just on display, no one's actually touched them. That's a lie. I'm pretty sure 90% of that staff, if not more, have already pimped out that game in their system and played it. So I took out Street Fighter 5, the brand new one that came out, and I took it home. I tested it out, and I was very underwhelmed in terms of how many fighters they had from the jump to select. And they were like releasing DLCs and DLCs for new fighters, and that was my pet peeve. Was like Street Fighter just needs to release all these fighters at the jump. If you want to release additional fighters, sure, but you're making people pay for fighters that should probably already be in the game. You know,
I mean that is now the business model, Vince. You look at Mortal Kombat, you look at WWE 2K23.
Yeah.
Pay to play. You want all of the characters, blah, 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 blah. You've got to buy them. That is now the business model. That is how it works. They don't just give you everyone. They don't, maybe they probably could have given you maybe a little bit of a bigger roster, but they were going to drop, no matter what, they're going to drop shit. What I like about Mortal Kombat, what they do is they do drop DLCs with some legacy characters, but they also incorporate characters from movies and other things from, that's how they get around charging more up front. But they give you characters from movies, different WB properties, things like that. So,
but see, the way that Mortal Kombat does it, like you just said, it's legacy characters and it's like characters from other media, right? Other forms of entertainment. That's what I like about it. That Mortal Kombat has such a huge roster. There's no way they're going to fit the entire roster on there. I think the only game that had like probably the hugest roster was maybe Armageddon. It was probably like the biggest roster they had, but that's because of the story. It warranted that. And every single year with Mortal Kombat, maybe I'm like, I wish they added this character. Like there's always that one or two characters, maybe three that you wish they added. With Street Fighter, I feel like it's like maybe like 16 people, and then you're just kind of like bored with the rest. Exactly. I agree with what Travis is saying. I'd rather just give them $80 up front, but maybe that's just me. I'd rather just give them all my money up front. Let them give me everything from the jump. Like if WWE was $80 and you got all the DLC, I would have been like, here, just give me all the stuff right here from the jump. But with WWE, it's tough because there's gimmick changes, music changes.
But they don't really give you that. Like the DLCs, everything they're putting in the DLC is already made around the same time that the game is. And a lot of that's legacy stuff too. Or like NXT characters and stuff. They're not really updating the game for like brand new gimmicks and shit like that. You're not going to get that till next year. So,
unfortunately,
let's keep rolling on with some video game stuff. Are you familiar with Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay. So, I got into these kind of games through the Friday the 13th of the game. And then I found Dead by Daylight, which had DLC for Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween and all sorts of other really cool shit.
Right up your alley.
And we've got a trailer for a new Dead by Daylight season featuring Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland? Let's see here. I like the design of the Mad Hatter. It kind of looks like the Mad Hatter from Gotham and Batman.
Okay.
Okay, interesting additions. Not too familiar with who that purple-haired lady is, though.
So that was supposed to be the Cheshire Cat. It said Cheshire Life. So it was a human, because they're not going to put a cat in the game, right?
They should.
Wow. I guess they could have made it like a kind of like what they did with the Jabberwock thing. But no, Dead by Daylight's cool because you either play as a survivor or a killer. If you're the killer, you're obviously trying to hunt down everyone, kill them, and as a survivor, you're trying to fight your way through and survive at the end of the game. And like I said, the first iteration of a game like that I played was Friday 13th, where you've got one Jason and then a bunch of camp counselors try to survive. There are all these different things you can do as you're surviving and all of that, and it was really cool. Evil Dead just came out with a game very similar to that play style as well. And Dead by Daylight has been killing it, just dropping DLC after DLC or collection. They call them collections, so collection after collection. I feel like this Alice in Wonderland is kind of like how they did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, where they turned Winnie the Pooh into a horror movie. Though Alice in Wonderland is, and most of these fairy tales are, in actuality, really dark tales. They're not, the stuff that we watch on Disney or whatever.
Really? What? Disney lied to us?
Yeah, no, they take all this awful, terrible stuff and make it happy. But I honestly, I kind of wish they could have capitalized on Blood and Honey and gave us like Winnie the Pooh and all that stuff. That would have been fun.
Yeah,
or like maybe a Cocaine Bear collection.
Cocaine Bear collection. Yeah, let's do that. Cocaine Bear collection. We have to watch when we say the C word because we might get taken down.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
we were Coca-Cola Bear. How's that?
Coca-Cola Bear.
Coca-Cola Bear. I'm all about collections, though, Vince. I love collections, and if you are into collections, you need to add to your collection of I don't know, maybe sex toys.
Yeah.
You go to Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve is the nation's largest marketer of adult products with millions of satisfied customers in the United States and all over the world. Founded in 1971, Adam and Eve is also one of the oldest names in the rapidly evolving adult industry. For more than 50 years, they've built up a reputation as a trusted and reliable adult toy store that takes pleasure and privacy seriously. When you want to shop erotic toys, Adam and Eve has it all. Men and women, straight or gay, and anywhere in between. Adam and Eve has the adult toys you're looking for, including but not limited to vibrators, dildos, anal sex toys, bondage toys, couples toys, lube, sexy gifts, and accessories. Unlike other adult stores, Adam and Eve stands behind all their products and offers a no questions asked return policy. So whether you've bought a dildo, sex swing, or penis ring, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use code erotica to receive 50% off one item plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. It's adamandeve.creationworld.com. Use code erotica and receive up to 50% off and free shipping, or receive 50% off and free shipping. And Vince,
yes,
if they want to wait till the end of the show to go check that out, where can they find the link for that?
They can find the link in the description down below.
That is correct. We'll break it up a little bit. So one of the shows that I've been watching that my wife really got me into was National Treasure: Edge of History.
Okay.
It had Catherine Zeta-Jones in it. It was actually really good and really entertaining over on Disney Plus. Unfortunately, from IGN, again, Mr. Adam Bankhurst, National Treasure: Edge of History canceled by Disney Plus before a Nicolas Cage cameo could happen. So National Treasure: Edge of History has been canceled by Disney Plus after just one season, which means all hope of a Nicolas Cage cameo in the series is no more. As reported by Deadline, National Treasure: Edge of History was a continuation of the Cage-led National Treasure films that were released in theaters in 2004 and 2007. In the series, Lisette Oliveira's Jess Valenzuela was the lead character and was a dreamer who embarks on the adventure of a lifetime to uncover the truth about her family's mysterious past and save the lost Pan-American treasure. While Cage never did make an appearance, Justin Bartha's Riley Poole and Harvey Keitel's Peter Sandusky did play part in the show's first season. National Treasure Edge of History is just one of many recent Disney shows that have been canceled after a short run, and it joins a list that includes Big Shot, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers, The Mysterious Benedict Society, and Diary of a Future President, and Turner and Hooch. The only one of those that they just listed that I've watched was Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
I figured as much.
Yeah. Well, this may be sad for National Treasure fans. The third film is in the works as Disney as of 2020, with Bad Boys for Life Chris Bremner writing the script. In August 2022, Jerry Bruckheimer said the script was really good and that he was planning on sending it to Cage for approval shortly thereafter. So no more. I don't know if Kate can hear me or what, but she'll be sad because she did really enjoy that movie. That show. She was watching it. She got me to start watching it. We watched the whole thing together. It was really good. But we're gonna get a third film, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, hopefully that goes well. Has she watched the first two films?
Oh yeah, no, she was a National Treasure fan. That's why she hopped on.
Okay. I thought she just you guys just stumbled onto the show or decided just to give it a try, and you guys became a fan of it. That's what I thought.
No, she likes history and kind of stuff like this. So like she loves like Oak Island and things like that. Anything that kind of delves into history and plays with American history a little bit and all that. So she was really interested in that. She liked the first two National Treasure movies. So then when the show came out, she's like, "Oh, I'll check it out." And she's like, "It's really good. You should check it out." So we did.
All right.
Tigger on speed.
What would be speed, Dubby?
What would be speed, Dubby?
Yeah, no. What would be speed? Because you said Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola. So if we're going drinks, I guess Dubby.
Yeah, Tigger on W. There you go. You too can be a Tigger on W. Just go to w.creatiaworld.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're on the actually that season was really cool. So it was about Jess Valenzuela and then her father, who are they're protecting this secret, this treasure. They're part of this kind of like society and everything, and like she never really knew her father. He went to jail when she was really young, or she thought he died. Like it's a whole thing. But they end up like protecting this treasure, and Catherine Zeta-Jones is coming in and trying to take it, and it's a whole thing. So, but it was really good, and they brought in some characters from the movies as well. I was entertained as shit, and I'm kind of bummed there's not going to be a season 2.
Yeah, I've been there before, where you get very invested in the TV show, and then after just one season or 2 seasons, it gets canceled, and you're just like, well, "Fuck, what do I do now? I was invested." You know.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
You gave us a little something from Rachel Page over at Marvel.
Yes.
Spider-Man movies swing on to Disney Plus while we're on the subject of Disney Plus. Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3, and Venom are coming soon. So it looks like if your Spidey senses are tingling, good news, because Spider-Man is coming to Disney Plus. Not just one Spider-Man, but all 3 Spider-Men. Peter 1, Peter 2, and Peter 3, and Venom. Coming soon to Disney Plus, 6 Spider-Man films will be launching on the streaming service in the U.S. this spring, giving fans access to more from the Marvel collection all in one place. The first Spider-Man film starring Tobey Maguire, which I am not a fan of, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, and Andrew Garfield's turn as the web slinger in The Amazing Spider-Man, which I am a fan of, will be made available to subscribers, was made to available to subscribers on
this
April
past
21st.
Friday.
Yep,
yeah, this past Friday. So it's already up there, so you guys can watch those already.
And then Spider-Man Homecoming, starring Tom Holland, and Venom will join the streaming service May 12th, 2023.
Yeah.
I know you're a huge Spider-Man fan, which I'm pretty sure is why you selected this.
Well, I thought it was big news regardless, because the whole Spider-Man like custody battle right now between Sony and Marvel, it always stated that Marvel could produce and direct these movies, but like the digital sales of them and where they're streamed, that goes exclusively to Sony. So everything from Tom Holland's Spider-Man and even Venom, anything like that, we couldn't actually see on Disney Plus. And even the older movies, because Sony still had the rights to the first trilogy and then the Amazing Spider-Man, the two movies, you couldn't watch them. So the fact that they're here on Disney Plus lets me to believe that Marvel and Sony are playing nice, even better than they used to be, for even them allowing that to happen, which makes me hope and believe that we'll be able to see more Spider-Man stuff in the MCU and in Disney Plus. Because we were supposed to get like this Spider-Man short cartoon series or whatever, where he's like back in high school, like what was it, like Spider-Man Year One or whatever it was supposed to be called, where it's like some alternate universe Spider-Man. But
you're just hoping Enter the Spider-Verse gets on Disney Plus.
Yes, well, into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, all of the Spider-Verses. I just want to see more Spider-Man content in there, because you have the cartoon shows in there, except for I think you have all the Spider-Man shows on Disney Plus, so you would hope.
Yeah, the old school Marvel Spider-Man cartoons are all on Disney Plus.
Yes. You don't care as much. I know you don't care as much.
It's not that. I wish that Sony would give up, because Sony has not done anything good Spider-Man really at all.
That's true.
Marvel with Tom Holland really saved Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, saying Across the Spider-Verse, isn't that the one where they are covered by the Beatles songs?
So there's a movie called Across the Universe, or Across something like that, where it's about the Beatles and they cover a bunch of Beatles songs. Yeah.
No, this isn't it, Will. Unfortunately. Sorry to disappoint you, man.
It would be funny if they did Across the Spider-Verse and then just also used all the Beatles songs in Across the Spider-Verse.
I could have sworn. So you know that iconic image of the Beatles when they're like that crosswalk image? I could have sworn they did something like that in Into the Spider-Verse in the first one.
They might have.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
I just, like I said, Venom, Morbius, I have not been a fan of any of that stuff. And I really wish they would. Ringo Starr is now my new favorite Peter Parker. I really wish that Sony would just say, you know what, sorry, fuck it, we can't do this, and hand it over, because I'm not excited for anything Sony does with Spider-Man.
Well, except for the Spider-Verse stuff.
Like I said, I'm not excited for anything that Sony does Spider-Man.
You're not even you didn't like Into the Spider-Verse?
I didn't love it as much as you guys did. No, like I watched it, it was fine. I didn't think it was this amazing film that everyone talked about. I didn't think it was that great. It was okay. I watched it once. I probably will never watch it again.
See, this is how I know you don't like Spider-Man. This is how I know you don't like Spider-Man.
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I like him in the MCU. I think
you just like it because he's part of like the MCU timeline and story.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, you don't really care. Yeah.
Not at all.
And I think the only reason you like Andrew Garfield is because he wasn't Tobey Maguire. You're like, thank God he's gone.
Well, I liked that Andrew Garfield wasn't the loser that Tobey Maguire was.
Well, the whole story of Spider-Man, he is like this nerdy dude. He's not supposed to.
But you can be a nerd, and nerds are kind of cool now. So Andrew Garfield was that cool nerd before nerds were really cool, or as they were coming into being cool. So
yeah, but that's kind of like the whole story of Spider-Man, is that he's not that cool as Peter Parker, because he's, it's more relatable. Like, yeah, now maybe like it's more of a common place, but it didn't always used to be.
Hands down, while you might not have loved him as Peter Parker, he was a far better Spider-Man.
This is what I always say. I think that Andrew Garfield definitely, once he donned the Spider-Man suit, was a much better Spider-Man than whatever the fuck Tobey Maguire was trying to do. Because he had his quips, and Spider-Man without quips is just not Spider-Man. He's just a dude in some blue and red spandex with spider powers. You need to have the quips, and it just didn't seem like Toby is OG. He's iconic. People regard him very highly. But me personally, he's probably not my most favorite.
Afternoon, Ed.
going, Ed?
Yeah, no. We'll see.
Well, you get one Andrew Garfield film in there, so at least there's that.
Yeah, true. And it's the better of the two, because I'm not gonna lie, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not great. They really redeemed Jamie Foxx in No Way Home. They really did.
My only thing is that I wish if I could rewrite history, I would have the suit from Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the first one as well, because that's probably one of my favorite, if not the best Spider-Man suit that they've had. That's the most comic accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't like the black lenses in the first one. Wasn't a fan.
So yesterday, Travis and I talked about Witcher Season 3 and how the trailer was dropping today, and it did. So we're going to check it out. Another show that I'm really a big fan of. I thought that Henry Cavill was already gone, but apparently this is his last season, so I'm excited about that because I'm not really
Superman's
looking forward to them changing the main character. But yeah, let's check out the teaser trailer for Season 3 of The Witcher.
Now, for the first time, I understand real fear.
Geralt? Jennifer?
Siri!
It's Siri.
Okay.
Not bad.
So June and July, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I am really looking forward to that. I told Travis yesterday, like, the one complaint that I have is that they give you Season 1 titties and then they take titties away as the story progresses. But other than that, yeah, no, like, the show's great. I watched Blood Origin as well, really enjoyed that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Love me some Ciri, love me some Yennefer and Geralt.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, me personally, I haven't really checked out the Witcher stuff just because I never even played the game. So I never really cared too much about it. But, like Henry Cavill, so maybe I'll just watch it for him. Maybe I see his titties,
You do see Henry Cavill's titties.
Okay.
Here's the thing, like, I played a little bit of the Witcher games, but you don't really need to play the Witcher to watch the show or get into it. It's well, you didn't get into Game of Thrones either, did you?
No.
What about Lord of the Rings?
No.
Okay, well then I've got nothing for you. So maybe you will, maybe you won't.
I've watched Harry Potter.
Not very much Harry Potter in there.
Okay.
So.
Oh well.
We've also got. You know what? We'll do this because this is also along the lines of that. So I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's 7 minutes long. But we got some gameplay footage from Diablo 4 that maybe it'll get you a little excited for Diablo 4, or because it's kind of in the same vein as The Witcher. Maybe it'll get you excited to check out The Witcher. But
maybe
I got to play the open beta a little bit, and I'm stoked for it. And I'm looking to see, what
you've done all you could in the beta, right? You've already.
No, I did not. I only played like 10 minutes of the beta, and then I never got back to it before they shut it down.
So it shut down, and you couldn't do more. Got it.
In the eternal conflict between the high heavens and the burning hells, Diablo 4 offers you more choice than ever before. Player choice is infused into everything, from how you look, the skills you use, the loot you equip, your path through the non-linear story, to how and when you choose to explore the shared open world.
We want players to play their own way and have their own choice of how they're going to build their character.
Between all of our different systems, you can really create a custom character in ways that was not available in previous Diablo titles.
Not that I saw, Travis, maybe.
When you log into Diablo 4, the first thing you're going to have to do is create your character. And those familiar with Diablo are going to be very familiar with the screen with all the classes sitting around the campfire.
In Diablo 4, we got 5 classes. The Barbarian is your fantasy of a fierce warrior or fighter.
The Barbarian is the
barbarian.
weapon master of Diablo 4, being able to pick up any weapon, jump into the fray, and do really badass stuff with it.
They're very strong, they're very physical. They can take different weapons for different situations and use them to their maximum effect.
The sorcerer is really your elemental mage. You have fire, ice, lightning. You can either focus on one or you can kind of be a jack of all trades mage and use abilities from all 3.
They're a little more fragile than other classes, tend to be more ranged. The rogue, unlike the barbarian, they are a little bit more clever. They're very fast. They have the ability to imbue their weapons with different elemental energies, and they can modify them to do different things.
The rogue has 2 different types of play styles. You have the ranged crossbow type gameplay, or you have the in-your-face daggers, poisons. You can lead the enemies into traps that have huge effects, more stealthy type gameplay. And the druid is really this shapeshifter.
When you cast certain skills, you change your form, what you look like and what you can do. They can turn into werebears or werewolves. If I cast a werewolf skill, I turn into a werewolf and I do werewolf things. If I cast like Pulverize, for example, which is a werebear skill, I turn into a werebear, I slam the ground really hard. It's the fantasy, it's pretty cool. They can also become masters of nature magic with earth and storm magic. Last but not least, we got the Necromancer. They raise armies of the dead. They have different types of minions. You've got your skeletal warriors, your skeletal mages, and then your golem.
You have blood magic or bone magic that you can also take advantage of and tackle combat that way. If you've played a previous Diablo game and you enjoyed a certain play style, you can actually bring that into Diablo 4 or just try something completely new.
No matter which class you play, there's going to be multiple different avenues and fantasies that you can chase.
I think I might go Necromancer.
You can customize your character in ways you've never been able to before, with near endless character creation and transmog options.
In previous Diablo games, you had to be attached to certain archetypes and look a certain way. And in Diablo 4, it's really up to you how you want your character to look.
You'll be able to choose from different facial structures from people all over the world. No matter where you are, you'll be able to say, hey, I can actually make someone that looks like me or looks like someone from
Diablo games, you had to be attached to certain archetypes and look a certain way. And in Diablo 4, it's really up to you how you want your character to look.
You'll be able to choose from different facial structures from people all over the world. No matter where you are, you'll be able to say, hey, I can actually make someone that looks like me or looks like someone from my part of the world, which we're really proud of. You can pick a hairstyle for your character. And every class actually has a specific hairstyle that no other class can use. You can pick your eye color. We have some really fun ones. We have eye glowing. We have a bloodshot type eye. And then you can actually pick a marking, which is a tattoo or a design that covers your entire character. And there are dozens of those.
Transmog is the idea that you can take a piece of gear and change the appearance of it to look like a different piece of gear. As far as aesthetics, the sky's the limit. However you can think of making your character, you can make it that way.
Everybody's going to look completely different in Diablo 4.
One of our pillars for class design in Diablo 4 is this idea that we want players to play the way that they want to. When you first start the game, we introduce you to the idea of the skill tree. As you level up, you get access to these different skills or passives or upgrades to make your character more powerful.
Each category has a few different skills that are all similar. They're either all defensive or all offensive, all ice or all fire. You can either focus on a very specific section or you can pick and choose.
The first skill point when you unlock a new skill is going to give you access to that skill. After that, you can put additional points into any skill that you have, and it's going to make it better, whether it increases the radius or adds some new effect or reduces the cooldown through some special way.
You can actually branch out in a very different direction, even if 2 characters actually started at the same place. The Paragon board is a late game system that once you've completely filled out your skill tree, you think you have a build, it will really let you delve into the theory crafting and the depth of Diablo 4's skill system.
And these boards, they can move through them spending their Paragon points, and they have nodes that give them very basic stats like intellect or dexterity. We also have more powerful nodes. We have rare nodes that have different effects where they can totally modify a skill to do something additional or different, or they can even make new connections between skills so that players can have new ways to play their character.
All right. I'm going to stop this. If you guys want to go check that out, it's available. You guys can go check that out. We're not going to run it for...
It's a lot. It's a lot there.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Travis says he's not making fun of you. He's legit just happy you're excited for it.
Oh yeah, no, I know, and I'm sure what Travis is thinking is, if this excites Matt, Matt should really be into D&D. And I get that, and there are aspects of D&D that I'm really into. However, my thought on D&D is kind of my thought on porn. I'd rather watch it hands-on than read about it. So the reason I like Diablo is because I'm physically creating this character and then I am manipulating them through this world. And if D&D had that option, then I'd probably be far more into D&D than I am. Whereas D&D feels like reading the book instead of playing the game.
I guess it's more imagination there, right? You have to use your imagination.
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little too old to use my imagination. I just kind of want things right in front of me.
But I'm sure playing this and dexterity and all these different attributes will help me kind of come up with what I want to do for my character and everything. Maybe it may help me change my idea of who I want to play as we kind of revamp things. The Druid was cool. I like the idea of being able to like become a were Coca-Cola bear, or a werewolf, or apparently wear any sort of animal, things like that. That was cool. And if I needed some supplies for my werewolf / were Coca-Cola bear, I can go to dog.com. Dog.com is your online dog supply shopping information destination that has more than just things for dogs. Everything your dog needs, from toys to treats and food, is available, including collars and leashes. They even have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend. So go to dog.creationworld.com and receive up to 64% off your order today. That's dog.creationworld.com. And Vince, where can they find that link?
In the description down below, man.
That is correct. So we got a new collection of Transformer movies. So Collider, Matt Villiers, I think I'm saying that right. So we got a new collection of Transformer movies set to roll out the next few years, which I'm excited for. Pun, roll out, including new live action film Transformers Rise of the Beast, which I am a huge fan of because I was far more into Beast Wars than I ever was just regular Transformers. That's set to be a soft reboot of the blockbuster franchise. Joining the latest live action film is a brand new and currently untitled animated Transformers film that is set to hit theaters July 19th, 2024. So it's right around the corner.
Yeah.
The details of this film have been scarce since it was announced in January 2022, but it was confirmed when it was announced in April 2020 that the film would be a prequel directed by Toy Story 4 director Josh Cooley. With the film being a prequel, there have been murmurs that it could be taking place on Cybertron, a home planet of the Transformers. Collider's own Steve Weintraub had the chance to interview Lorenzo de Bonaventura, producer of both the upcoming animated film and Rise of the Beast, to discuss the new live-action film, but also gain some new insights about the animated film as well. Directly asking if fans will be seeing Cybertron in the film, de Bonaventura confirmed that the planet will be seen, as the film is set to explore the origins, not just major characters like Optimus Prime and Megatron, but serve as an origin story of all Transformers. During the interview, Weintraub asked if the rumors about the film being set on Cybertron is true, and if there was anything that de Bonaventura could tease about the film. De Bonaventura replies that he could do more than tease and revealed large details about the film, including that Cybertron will be the film's setting and play a massive role in the origins of these favorite characters. He told us, "I could tell you really important parts of the story, which is more than a tease. This is something that we're trying to do. We debated a lot about it in live action, but it just wasn't financially, but it was just financially impossible to do, which is the origin story of young Megatron and young Optimus. If you know the origin, they started as friends, and over time things devolved from them, and they ended up on two sides. So we're telling the young Optimus and young Megatron story. We're really telling the origin story of all Transformers, both what they were at the beginning of it and how they grow apart. We're hoping that there's enough emotional construct to that would lead to a trilogy of it, because personally, I think there's a natural trilogy. I'm not always looking to do multiple movies, but there's a natural trilogy around the relationship. So you're going to see Cybertron in a way you've never seen it before, that no one's ever seen it before, because we're doing it in animation. We're allowed to really go all out. If you tried to make this live action, it would probably be $1 billion movie or something. That's got me excited.
So personally, I like this. This is gonna be cool. I love me some Transformers. Like you, I think my favorite iteration of the Transformers was Beast Wars back in the day, because that's the first introduction of Transformers that I've had into my life. And ever since then, it's been the standard, like, oh, their cars, their vehicles, and what have you. But this looks cool. That he's 100% correct in saying that them doing animation, it lets them do more and tell more of this story. Because if they were to try to do live action, it'd just be just a $1 billion project, and probably an expense that isn't warranted. And at that point, it's probably not even like worth doing. But this is cool. I like that we're getting multiple Transformers stuff, because I like Transformers.
I agree. This is going to be really fun. And they just did a trilogy on Netflix, I think, not too long ago. Travis can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They fell apart because of a woman. James Gunn said the same thing. But they did a trilogy that kind of incorporated Transformers and Beast Wars and brought everything together. That Travis, it's like, you should check this out, blah, blah, blah. And I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was really good. I'd love a remake in that kind of animation style of a Transformer or a Beast Wars Transformer series, stuff like that. So give me more. Like, now that we're like embracing Beast Wars, I want as much as possible, because I'm hoping that with, this evolution that they're talking about, we see how the Autobots and the Decepticons and the Maximals and the Predacons all exist and evolve and things like that, and how that all comes about. They all exist as 4 different races, or 2 races that, separate into 4 factions, however you want to go about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure what Travis sent us here, but it sounds really interesting, and I think we'll close the show out with this. So Kotaku, CC Jiang, Wizards of the Coast raids YouTuber's house to take back Magic the Gathering cards update. Sometimes you accidentally buy something before it hits the street date, and you get bragging rights with all your friends. In the case of Magic the Gathering streamer, obtaining a box of cards early landed him in hot water with one of the most infamous private security companies in the world. You probably know about Pinkerton, and if you paid any attention in American history class, or at least played Red Dead Redemption 2, they were founded as a private detective agency, and its agents made history as effective strikebreakers against unions and organized labor. Fuck those guys. Now that most cities have a public policy force to intimidate workers, Pinkerton was forced to diversify into other forms of work, including seizure of Magic the Gathering booster boxes, it seems. A YouTuber known as Dan Old School MTG Cannon claimed that he was shooting videos on Saturday morning when Pinkerton agents arrived at his private residence. His dog started barking at something, and his wife answered the door. Pinkerton agents came knocking on the door to recover the stolen product for Wizards of the Coast, which was the March of the Machine Aftermath stuff. He said in his video about the raid. March of the Machine, the Aftermath, is an upcoming 50-card Magic the Gathering card set that is set to release on May 12th of this year. It's intended to be a supplement to the March of the Machine expansion, which came out last Friday. The streamers intend to purchase the publicly available expansion set, but somehow receive the supposedly unreleased Aftermath set instead. Cannon didn't think that his trading card dealer had intentionally broken the street date, or that anyone involved had dealt with stolen product. What I believed happened is that the names are too similar, March of the Machine and March of the Machine Aftermath, and somebody screwed up and sent the wrong cases. He noted that his card dealer was more of a Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy and probably sold them thinking that they were collector's editions. I'm just hoping that his card dealer didn't also get Pinkerton agents sent to his door too. So yeah, this guy just goes, he's a streamer. He's doing his Magic the Gathering stuff. Yes, they called the Pinkertons on him. Just want to do a stream, do an unboxing, all the stuff. And he's got agents coming to his home. Not like that scene in Transformers with not in what is his name?
Shia LaBeouf?
No. It would have been Transformers 2, where the agents. Well, they did it with Shia LaBeouf too, where they broke into the house and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm blanking out so hard on his name. Hold on a second.
You gonna search it up?
Yep.
No, nothing.
No, hold on. I'm getting there. Revenge of the Fallen. Where are you? I know you're here. Topcast. I am thinking about the right movie, right?
I don't know, man. You might not be. I think you should put a pin on that.
I'll have to look it up. But I swear it was Revenge of the Fallen, but I could be wrong. It's the one where what did Travis say? That's what I do when I see him in Red Dead. He's allowed to shoot them. Or he should be allowed to shoot them. That's what I do when I see them in Red Dead. Gotcha. It's the one with the blonde chick who's like a hacker who's working for the government and finds out. I swear to God, that was Revenge of the Fallen. Maybe
is that the second film? Was Megan Fox still in it?
Megan Fox was, I'm pretty sure, still in it.
Okay, then yeah, it should have been the second one because Megan Fox was gone by the third one.
Yeah, I know.
It's either that or are you thinking what was it, Bumblebee?
No, it wasn't Bumblebee.
No,
I know that.
That was Anthony Anderson.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Travis, for helping speed this process up.
Anthony Anderson is in his house. The agents break in. He's like, "Get your shoes off Grandmama's rug. Grandmama don't let nobody wear shoes on a rug." As they're like arresting him and shit, and then he brings him in and he like eats all of the donuts as the agents are questioning him because he said that, if you don't eat the donuts, then you're guilty.
Interesting.
Yes, I knew I had the right movie. I don't know why I didn't see him on the IMDb for Revenge of the Fallen. I kept thinking Anthony Mackie, and I knew it wasn't Anthony Mackie, and that's why it was bothering me because I knew it was Anthony, but I couldn't think of his last name.
Yeah, I doubt Papa Doc was in there. Plus, and then you're like, "Oh, that's really cool," but then you're like, "Get over it because it's on Apple TV Plus, and you're not gonna watch it." Yeah, same here. Will was trying to do his best to get Travis to get Apple TV Plus just for one specific show. It's like you won't get through it in the free trial. So get the free trial and they'll make you get invested in getting Apple TV Plus. But I don't think there's enough on Apple TV Plus for me to like want it.
I don't know. There's actually quite a bit. Kate got it, so I didn't have to worry about it. She's like,
okay, tell Kate to slide her info this way, and then I'll pass over whatever information you guys don't have.
I'll let you know. But yeah, no, we went and checked it out. It was a really good movie. But let's close it out here, Vince.
Yes. I thought we did close it off with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're done. I'm plugging.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching us over at twitch.tv/Creatia World. I'll talk to you about that after because I forgot something. Twitch.tv/Creatia World, where you guys can subscribe. Yes. You guys can, if you have Amazon Prime, link your Amazon Prime account and you get one free subscription every month and you can throw it our way. We would appreciate it. But give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. You can also be watching us over at YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. And if you are, it is free to subscribe there. It is free to hit that notification bell so you know when we go live or we drop any new content so you can check it out. You can also watch us live on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World, where we are streaming live every week. We have 2 Facebook groups. If you're a Facebook person, we got facebook.com/group/themdragons for all you Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon fans. And we have facebook.com/group/smacking it raw for all you wrestling fans. If you want to come talk wrestling with all of us and get involved in some group chats for Raw and NXT and SmackDown and Dynamite and Rampage.
And then all the other pay-per-views.
If you can't catch us live and you're a pervert like me, you can come check us out at pornhub.com/model/creation world, which is my favorite place for you guys to watch us because we are available there. So please go check that out as well because it's the thing that makes me the most happy. If you want to support us, you can always throw us a little bit of cash at patreon.com/creation world. Our lowest tier only costs you $1. And for that $1, you get a new episode every month of Return to Wrestling with Travis and me, or Multiverse with Travis and Mara, where they discuss animated DC films or animated comic book films. Yes. Return to Wrestling is Travis and I's journey through WCW. It only costs you $1. And with that, you get the entire back catalog of everything we've done. So if you're throwing us $1, you get the new episode for the $1, but you can also go back and watch everything and get caught up on it as well. And we have other tiers with so much more, depending on how much you want to help support us. Yeah. You can find everything that is Creation World at linktree.creationworld or linktr.ee/Creation World.
You're right with the Linktree/Creation World. I just say it that way.
Yeah. That'll get you links to the audio. That'll get you links to the video locations. That'll get you links to the merch store if you want to go buy some merch from us. Everything that we've got is right there. If you want to learn a little bit more about us, you can check us out at creationworld.com. Find out what Vince's favorite ice cream is. Find out, my biggest fear. Find out, if Vince has ever used anal beads. Whatever you want to know about us, you can find out about at creationworld.com. Yeah, maybe. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creation World, ITSCREATIA World. Go follow us there on social media. Keep up with us, there and everything that we're doing. I have a plan to get the information from TikTok from Mara. And when I co-host shows like this, go live on TikTok once we get the ability to do so and build Legos while I'm doing streams. So that's a thing.
Hopefully not on shows that you're hosting, because
I said co-hosting. I co-hosting.
Okay.
I talked about Travis. I said I don't think I could do it while I'm hosting. It takes too much. But if I'm just a co-host and I'm just here to provide entertainment, I absolutely can pay attention, participate, and in the meantime, build Legos.
It's always more fun to be a co-host than the actual host.
I agree.
You get to do more fun. Yes.
Where can they find you where you host stuff and do things?
Well, they can find me on Instagram and Twitter at SCSVince. The link tree in my bio will take you to everything Straight Talk, everything Creation World, everything Smack and Raw, and Get Your Podcast. I'm going to be recording with Get Your Boys this week, so stay tuned for Get Your Podcast. We're going to be doing Pro Wrestling Coachella as a sweaty session, so just a little tease there. We're going to be talking about set lists and food items and what have you. But if you like more nerdy stuff, I did 2 separate podcasts talking about Power Rangers. One that's in my personal YouTube at youtube.com/SCSVince. And it's me and Jay Thunder. We talk Power Rangers tier rank, the 30 years of Power Rangers, all the suits and what have you. So the video version's up there. But if you want the audio version or any audio version of the Straight Talk podcast, just search up SCSVince in your favorite audio podcast platform and you'll find us right then and there. But I did link up and bring back Spirit of Swallow right here on youtube.com/Creation World with Dom from Powerbomb Jutsu. We did a Spirit of Swallow of the latest Power Rangers Once and Always Netflix special. So that went live this past Saturday at noonish time. Bless you, Matt. And it's still available now. You just have to go to youtube.com/Creation World, hit the live tab, because Spirit of Swallow, as of right now, is a YouTube exclusive show that live streams. I figured out a date. I think the perfect time would be noon Central Standard Time on Saturdays. So at least once a month, maybe we could do that. And I feel like it won't get in the way of anything else. So there's that, guys.
Damn Matt, what? Travis just sent us some breaking news in Creatia Conversation. So we'll do that real quick before I sign off. DC's James Gunn and Peter Safran reveal 10-year DC Studios plan at CinemaCon. So DC Studios co-chairman and CEO James Gunn and Peter Safran are bringing the first chapter of their new DC universe to CinemaCon during Warner Brothers. Pictures presentation highlighting its upcoming slate at the annual convention for theater owners in Las Vegas on Tuesday. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav confirmed the newly appointed DC heads will preview what they are calling DCU Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters. Gunn and Safran revealed their 10 project slate in January, announcing the lineup includes the Gunn-directed reboot Superman Legacy, the Batman and Robin father-son story, The Brave and the Bold, and the Max original series spinning out of Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. Gunn was telling us about the script and what the DC characters meant to him, and how when he grew up, what those characters were. Characters were his family. Zaslav said during the Warner Brothers CinemaCon presentation, promising convention goers and press in attendance, we'll learn more about Gunn and Safran's unified DC universe that will tell a long-term interconnected story across film and television and animation. Along with the upcoming DC films, The Flash in theaters June 16th, Blue Beetle August 18th, and Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, December 20th. Zaslav told exhibitors that Warner Brothers is bringing 16 movies exclusively to theaters in 2023, including the live-action Barbie, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, Meg 2, The Trench, Dune Part 2, and Wonka. We want to do more than 20 movies, said Zaslav. We're all in over the next couple of years with motion pictures and storytelling. Warner Brothers will conclude its CinemaCon day with an exclusive advanced screening of The Flash at 4:45 p.m. Las Vegas time. That movie, which sees Scarlet Speedster Barry Allen race into DC Multiverse by way of the Speed Force time travel, resets everything, which then goes into Blue Beetle, which is totally disconnected and can be part of the DCU, which goes into Aquaman, which leads into Superman Legacy, our first big project. Gunn told press when revealing DC Studios' first 10 projects in January. But the one thing that we can promise is that everything from our first project forward will be canon and will be connected. We're using some actors from the past. We're not using other actors from the past, but everything from that moment forward will be connected and consistent. Previously announced movies include Superman the Legacy, The Authority, The Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and Swamp Thing. For the soon-to-be Max streaming service, television series includes Creature Commandos, The Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker spinoff Waller, Booster Gold, Lanterns, and the Wonder Woman spinoff Paradise Lost. So,
can I be honest here? I don't think anything here in this article. Travis just said I thought it was more interesting than that. Sorry, I didn't have time to read that much of it. Yeah, no, this is all same shit we've been regurgitating the last couple months here on Creatia Conversation. Unfortunately, him just saying everything's connected. It's going to go into this, into that movie, and then this movie. Not breaking news, unfortunately, Travis.
Well, I mean, I've done that before where I've added something. I didn't read the article all the way through, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I did a whole show where like every article I pulled up was not what I thought it was because I pretty much only read the title. So that shit happens. But you guys can follow me at Matt Ridders at MATTRIDDR on Twitter only, or at Getting Off on Twitter if you want to follow me for horror content. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good lunchtime. And for Daddy Delgado, the Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, my friend Vince, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Word Matt Ritter, and this has been your number one news source for all that nerdish on Pornhub.
There you go.